Hello everyone, my name is Jacob as always, and I'm your coach of the Green Bay Pikachus, and this is week number 5 of the National Pokemon Competitive Conference, the NPCC. Today we are facing Needle God, aka Josh, and the new Bark Nidos, who's a record of 1-3 on the season right now with a differential of -7. We're 2-2, coming off that hard loss to the new London Zoroarks last week with a differential of +7. So let's see if we can get back on the winning tracks today against the new Bark Nidos. Their team is as followed. We'll go into what they're bringing in just a minute. They have Manaphy as Tier 1, Tier 2 is Alakazam, Tier 3 are Amoonguss and Umbreon, so they have Amoonguss just like we do. Tier 4 is Flagon, Tier 5 is Swallow. The Mega is Mega Houndoom, which they did bring. Their four free slots are Electra, Sylveon, big threat, Nidoking, and Porygon 2. Now I am really surprised that my opponent did not bring Sylveon because I really prepped for that thing because it was a big threat, as we have a very defensive Assault Vest Amoonguss this week to better take on that Sylveon, because I was really afraid of Specs Sylveon, honestly. And this Amoonguss spread of mine can pretty much take on whatever variant of Sylveon he wants to do, unless it's like a Calm Mind variant. That would have been very problematic, but no Sylveon means basically, and no Sylveon and no Amoonguss. I was really surprised that he didn't bring either of those, because now he really doesn't have a very safe switch into our Choice Banded Terrakion. The 6 he brought were Mega Houndoom, as you can see, Alakazam, Umbreon, Porygon 2, Nidoking, and Manaphy. There are 0 switch-ins to Choice Banded Terrakion, so every single time Umbreon is in, I will switch directly into Terrakion, as you will see. Every time that happens, I essentially either get a kill or do a shit ton of damage to some Pokemon. But the 6 I brought were Calm Mind, 2 attacks, Side Shock, Thunderbolt, and Roost Latias. Choice Scarf Darmanitan, because it outsped everything in this team outside of a Choice Scarf Alakazam. And Choice Scarf Flagon, which I would have played around because I'm Mamoswine, but that's besides the point. I'm not really too worried about that, but I just wanted that so we could hit his team really hard. I should have brought Choice Banded Darmanitan, honestly, because as you're going to see, he's got a certain Scarfer that I don't outspeed. And I knew I outsped Choice Scarf Nidoking, and I wanted to play around that. But anyway, then we have Life Orb, Stealth Rock, Mamoswine, 3 attacks. Pretty simple. Got Ice Shard, Ice Crash, and Earthquake. Adamant, because we didn't want to run Jolly because we couldn't outspeed anything anyway, so Adamant was the way to go. CB, Choice Banded and Terrakion, because it nukes his team outside of... I have Zen Headbutt, by the way, for his Amoonguss, which he didn't even bring, and I had Iron Head for Sylveon, if he brought that. And then I had Quick Attack, because it does like 47 to 57 to an Alakazam, so in case it came down to it, I want a Quick Attack. And then we had Close Combat, no Stone Edge, because we don't need it. Also, I had Earthquake for the Nidoking, but that didn't really matter. I didn't have Earthquake, actually. Well, I did, sorry. I should say I have Earthquake, not Iron Head, because it was supposed to be Iron Head for the Sylveon, but I accidentally had the wrong team on Showdown compared to Wi-Fi, so I have Earthquake on Terrakion because it was an accident. Anyway, physically defensive Amoonguss with the Self S because it can wall pretty much all of his team. I can put the exact spread in the description. And then we have Leftovers Whirlpool of Milotic, because I wanted to I wanted to trap certain things and whittle it down, like the Manaphy and stuff like that, just for the sheer fact. But besides that, let's just get into the game. We're going to lead with our Scarf Darmanitan, because I was anticipating either the Houndoom. I was just anticipating. It would have just allowed us to get initiative on whatever we wanted to, as he goes for a Psychic. Gets a critical hit, unfortunately, but does not matter because we have the Regenerator. And I was just going to go for the Giga Drain, just play it safe first turn, because I didn't know my opponent's play style at first. And this is actually an important play. I was really going to hard switch into Terrakion. I'm like, no, Thunder Wave is more than likely coming, so I want to go into Mamoswine because that allows me to set up my Stealth Rock. He has no Spinner or Defog User. The only Defog User he had in his team, I guess he could have had Swallow, but Flagon's the only reliable Defog User he's got in his team. So we go into Mamoswine to get up our rocks, just for that residual damage, and in case of Thunder Wave, which we predicted, which is really important. He goes for a Recover. I go for Earthquake. That does a shit ton. That's probably especially defensive, honestly. He goes for a Tri-Attack and gets the Burn. Now this Burn does not really matter in the long run at all in this game, as you're going to see. Because I go into Tracking because I felt it was safe enough to go into at that point. And we're just going to go for a Choice Banded Close Combat. And that is a Nidoking that resists 47%. So he basically just dies, and he goes for an Earthquake. I thought that was Choice Scarf damage at that point, so I just wanted to switch on Latias to see if it was Choice Scarf. And maybe he predicted that, but he goes into his Houndoom. I go into my loading because we can pretty much wall whatever it does. He goes for a Hidden Power, and I'm really not sure what Hidden Power that was. Dude, if you're watching this, what Hidden Power that was that? And I just go for a Skull because it's safe, but he goes into Umbreon. I can get burned, which is actually good for us. And now this is one of the key important factors of this game. I get in on the Umbreon. Umbreon can't really hurt Terrakion. He could have went for Toxic, but besides that, he couldn't hurt us. And he goes into Porygon 2, which is not a switch-in to Choice Band Terrakion. That dies. And I wish I had my nicknames War Greymon up here, Brienne, the Milotic, Jet the Latias, etc., etc. I don't. That's okay. Goes into Alakazam. Not sure if it's Choice Scarf or Focus Sash. I know it's not Life Orb. Would have done a little bit more. Would have done closer to like 40% to us. I go for another one. At this point, he should have predicted Terrakion, because I come right back in with Terrakion. He goes for a Wish. He could have potentially went into Nidoking if I would have gotten like a low row, close combat. He could have gotten the Wish up, but he doesn't. So it just kills Umbreon. Really not much to say about that. Terrakion just putting in the finest of work right now. I honestly almost could have killed his Manaphy right here, but I didn't want to risk it or anything, getting a low row or something. So, and it looks like more of a defensive Manaphy. Doesn't look offensive at all. I'm just going to go for the Sludge Bomb. And we do get the poison in this. Not really going to matter too much in the long haul because it would have died to another Stealth Rock switching, and we have a Milotic and Quick Attack on Terrakion. Yep. Wouldn't have mattered. He goes for Energy Ball this time around on this, so I just go for Thunderbolt and kill him. Because that's what the Latias was meant to do. Do a lot of damage to Manaphy. Goes for Shadow Ball and New and Kill. I wanted to break a potential Focus Sash right here in case he had it. We get a crit. That didn't matter whatsoever. I could have predicted the switch into Nidoking here, but I didn't really care too much. At this point, the game's pretty much in our favor. He goes for a Poison Jab, and I'm pretty sure he's Scarfed at this point, so I go into Terrakion. He goes for another Poison Jab, and he's actually not Scarfed because he's got the Shuka Berry, and he might have thought that was a low roll. Was not a low roll at all. We're Choice Bandit, and no matter what, that was going to kill you, even if you're max HP, like max defense. We go into Mamoswine as fodder. I go into Darmanitan because I thought it wasn't Choice Scarf, but he had Choice Scarf Alakazam. Nonetheless, I knew Darmanitan could take any one hit regardless, so it didn't really matter what he went for. As long as he didn't crit our Darmanitan, we were in great shape, as he didn't. Even if he did crit us, he was locked into Psychic at that point, and I could have just went into Milotic and finished the job, or went to Terrakion and finished the job with Quick Attack. So either way, it didn't really matter too much who got the last kill. But the important factor is we won the game 5-0, which brings our record to 3-2 and a differential of +12. Spoiler alert, with all the other games that actually went on right now, I kind of want to just tell you the standings right now. We are 3-2 +12 differentials. That means we are number 2 in our division, the Sun division. Out of the 8 teams, we're number 2 because we have a higher differential than the Los Angeles Landorus, coached by Jerry Oak, who we actually face next week. They have a differential of +11. So next week's matchup, which by the way will be on Wi-Fi, we had to do this one on Showdown because my opponent had to leave. I don't know, it was poor time management and miscommunication and everything like that. But anyway, we had to play in Showdown this week. I forgot to state that earlier, but yeah, we had to play in Showdown, unfortunately. I didn't really want to play in Showdown, but that's life. Got to play in Showdown sometimes. And I don't know, I'm not a big advocate on Showdown. I'm not a big fan of Showdown, but that's not the point. It doesn't really matter. We are +12 and a 3-2 record right now, and we have a big matchup next week against the Los Angeles Landorus and Jerry Oak. Our opponent, Nido God, will be in the description, so make sure to check him out if you enjoyed the battle. Also, I'm coming for you, Jerry. I'm coming for you. 1, 2, Jerry Oak, I'm coming for you. 3, 4, gonna 6 you as a score. 5, 6, I'm just not gonna make this Freddy thing. I'm not gonna do this anymore. Anyway, besides the point, I'm rambling right now. Thank y'all so much for watching our Week 5 battle versus the new Bark Nidos and their coach, Nido God. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and I love you all so very much. Adios, Zebstrika Army. Boom!